Hello, thank you for joining me. Welcome to my lab again. Today what I wanted to do was record the process of installing my portable Intellivision development environment onto a new device. Now, I just bought myself a Galaxy Tab S6, which is it was a factory new, and I just did a few things to it. Just installed all the system updates. I just installed all the updates for the pre-installed apps. Activated my Google account, my Samsung account. That was pretty much it. Other than that, this is a brand new device. So I'm going to show you installing my PID on it. Now, the one thing I did do ahead of time was I installed the VNC client app. But anyhow, here, now I have my instructions, which are posted on my website, and that's midnightblueinternational.com. From there, you can find the page which has my portable intelligent development environment on it with the instructions posted. Now, these are, this is from, anyway, January 2023. I've been working on it because I made a couple changes to the AS1600 code, which you'll see. But anyhow, I want to go through the process of installing this. I'm going to turn on screen share or whatever, screen record from both this new tablet as well as my phone here, where I have the instructions queued up here. So let's start with the tablet. Let me get out my S Pen here. Okay, that's nice. Go away. Go away. I don't need you to teach me how to use an S Pen. Done. Thank you. Enjoy your S Pen. Thank you, I will. Goodness. Okay. Here we are. Screen recorder. Just media. Show taps and touches. Yes. Start recording. Okay. It's going to do a 3-second countdown. That's nice. Okay. So anyhow, here's my, again, this is a new device for me. And I'm going to start screen recording my phone where I have the instructions queued up. No sound from the phone, but do show taps and touches. Here we go. And recording. All right. So I'm going to read over the instructions. And you can see them here. You can follow along. Setting up portable. All right. So I'm going to skip a lot of this here. Table of contents. History. You can read at your leisure. Additional notes, you can also read at your leisure. Hardware requirements. So we'll start here. Step 0. The first thing we need to do is make sure you're able to run this environment on your device. You will need, first, this is Android OS 7 or higher. To find out what version of Android OS you have, swipe down from the top of the screen. Or if you have a keyboard, it's just going to be System N. All right. Click or tab on the gear icon, which should be in the top right corner, right there. Scroll all the way to the bottom. Click or tab on the item About Phone or About Tablet. Now this is a tablet. And what do we got here? All right. Look for the item Software Information. Android version should be near the top. Android 12. Okay. So we're good there. Approximately 2 gigabytes of internal storage space and at least 3 gigabytes of RAM for recommended. Okay, click or tab on the back button to return to the settings main menu. Or I've got a back button right here on the keyboard. Battery and device care. Okay, so here we go. This device has 6 gigabytes of RAM. That should be enough. And of course, this is brand new. It has 128 gigabytes of internal storage altogether, of which only about 24.5 is in use. So we got plenty. We're good. Okay. Batteries, all right, not 100%, but that's not important. I have it plugged in right now to my USB hub. That's how I have my keyboard, my mouse, my Ethernet connection. Someone's calling me. That's nice. Okay. All right, so we have enough battery. We have enough internal storage, we have enough RAM. Physical keyboard, this is not optional. You have to have a physical keyboard. And it says right here on the instructions, because when we start in the X environment, you will not have an on-screen keyboard. And besides, you don't want to write code with a touch keyboard. You just don't. All right. I have a mouse. You can see I'm moving around here. And I do have a micro SD card. All right. So we should be good. Step 1, install some apps. We'll be installing apps both through Google Play, which I already did, and use an alternate method. I'll help you along the way. So first we're going to go to the website ftroid.org. So I get out of here. And all right, so I just have Google Chrome as my browser. Sure. Yes, that's me. Okay. Not interested in any of that. Okay. So this is ftroid.org. Okay, click or tap on the download F-Droid button. That's right here. And we're going to download. Okay, so you get a warning. It says your web browser might give you a warning about installing apps from unknown sources. Bypass the warning, allow the download. Let's download anyway. Okay, it's downloaded. You should be prompted to install. So we're gonna, okay, isn't allowed to. All right, so we're gonna go. We get another warning here. And install unknown apps. What, via Chrome, I guess. Yes, do you want to install this app? Yes, install. Okay, meanwhile, let's see, when is, okay, so it looks like we're, okay, at step D, open. Do that now. Step E, you should see a message about updating repositories. Yes, that's all the way up at the top here if you look. Updating repositories. So we're going to give that a moment. Wait until it's finished. Okay. Now down here in the lower right, we have the green search button. We want Termux. And we want this one. It just says terminal emulator with packages. So we're going to download that. Okay, you'll see the progress indicator around the download button. Termux, yep. Install it when finished downloading. Don't worry about launching it just yet. Okay, so we're getting there. And again, I have a fast internet connection, so this shouldn't take too long. Okay, and we do want to install it. Okay, currently isn't okay from, oh, and I have to once again handle this warning. Do you want to install this app? Yes. Okay, so now F-Droid is allowed to install apps, and Google Chrome was allowed to install F-Droid. Okay, let's get back to F-Droid here, and it's this one. All right. Now we're not going to open Termux just yet. We want now Termux::API, which is this one. We're going to install that. And then it says if you want Termux::styling as well, which I'm not going to worry about that right now. That's mostly just if you want to do color changes in your terminal window. I'm not concerned about that. Let's see. Go to Google Play and install VNC Viewer Remote Desktop. I already did that ahead of time. That's a one thing. Okay, so that's already installed. Next. Okay, step 2. Establish contact with the outside world. Open Termux now. Okay, so let's find, I think I'm going to swipe up from the bottom of the screen if I recall. Okay, how do we get to all my apps? It's See, I usually have a different, oh, what is this nonsense? That's not what I want. Oh, wait, what was that? What was that? What did I just see here? Well, I see F-Droid. Well, okay. If I have to, I'll just open it this way. Again, I don't use this standard home screen. I use something different. But this will get us in. Termux installed, open. Okay, install like Bootstrap. Now, if this is too small for you, you can enlarge the text just by zooming it the same way you would zoom a Google Map. So make that a little bigger. That's good. Okay, first thing you should do is enter the command. Yeah, so we're going to run what are called package updates. This is step 2B. Package update and package upgrade. Okay, so the first thing is going to tell you how much additional storage space this is going to use. You're going to answer yes to this. Now, along the way, you're going to get several yes or no questions about. Anyway, I'll let you know when I see one. Okay, here we are. We're at step 2D. Okay, configuration file. Always answer no to these ones. And there might be some more. Let me see. Yep, we're going to keep saying no, 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 no. Okay, so those are the package. Oh, it's still, okay. So it fetch the updates and installing, and that's done. Okay, next, we're going to install, so we're going to do package, this is step 2E, install termux-API. Now, let me see here. Okay, that's done. Next, we're going to run the command termux-setup-storage, and at this point, we're going to get a pop-up about allowing access to termux, okay. And it'll say at step G, so what did this do? Enter the, I'll just follow this story real quick. So you'll see here I typed ls, that gives us a list of what's in our folder, and it says here storage, and notice the color, it's sort of a indigo, violet color, that tells you it's a folder. That's, oops, kind of hard typing with one hand here. Now I'm going to cd into this. You'll see here now in dark green, it shows us tilde/storage, that's the current path we're in. And if we do another list command, ls, you'll see all these cyan colored items. Now cyan means they're symbolic links, otherwise known as, you probably know them as shortcuts in, say, Windows. Anyway, I won't bother. Well, downloads is the one we care about. That points to your internal storage downloads folder. External one is supposed to point to your micro SD card, but maybe it works. Interesting. Okay. Maybe it'll work, maybe it doesn't. Seems to be working fine. Okay. We're going to, okay, step 2J, return to your home folder. You just type CD, that's how you get back to home. If you want to know what folder you're in, you could type PWD, that's not in the documentation. But this just gives you the absolute path to where home is. Not really important. Okay. Now it says here at step 2K, you would type DF if you needed to know. Okay, so there's down there /storage/9C33-6BBD. Okay, that's my. Anyway, that's not important because again we have /storage. Well, /external1 works. We're going to do it that way. So I'm going to skip all these actually. We're going to skip ahead to step 3. Get some applications to write a script. Package install, again, I'm typing with one hand here because I'm holding my phone with my other hand. Man, this is so you can read what are called man pages, short for manual. Okay, next, the up arrow is a shortcut to bring back up the last command. x11.repo. That's the repository for all the graphical applications we're going to be installing later. Next, xfce4. Goodness. Now this one's going to be a while, so we're going to let this run for a bit. Oh, yes, it's big, and it's going to install a lot of other packages along with it. So I'll just stop and explain to you while we're waiting here. The thing about xfce4 is that it's going to give us our desktop, our nice, beautiful graphical desktop later. There are a couple other desktop solutions that people are working on, but, oops, let me leave that like this. Okay, it's still running. I put this down, have a little drink here. Sticky coaster. Herbal tea. Anyway, the other desktop solutions, I did try them out. I don't think they're ready for prime time. And they're certainly not ready for what we're doing. So we're going to stick with xfce4. If I thought there were other viable solutions, I would have made mention of that in the manual. But I don't think there are. All right. So I don't think we're going to have any trouble here. Because again, we do have a nice, fast internet connection here. And one thing I did preventively do is I set the screensaver timeout to 10 minutes. So I don't have to worry about it shutting off on me. Okay, I'm not concerned about these warnings here. Everything seems to be installing just fine. I'm watching for any errors, and I haven't seen any. Okay, it looks like we're good. That was the big download. So we made it this far. That's good. It's the first big gate, really. xfce4-terminal. We're at step 3B now. This is a graphical terminal that we're going to be using in the xfce environment. Okay, now we're going to need some fonts. xorg-xls fonts. Good. And now we're going to open up Nano is a text editor that's readily available here. .bash _ profile. This is what we're going to okay, so we're going to type a few commands here. Export, and my wife is home. Path equals $, $path. And this is in all caps. Reason I'm doing this is so that you can say if you have a file with execute permissions in your current folder, Termux will look there first. Export. But I don't know about, I used to excruciatingly explain all this in earlier versions of the documentation. I don't bother anymore. Let's see. Okay. Yes, caps lock does work. Display equals quote : 1 quote. We're going to need that so it'll anyway, for the VNC server to work later. Next, now, oh, thank you, dear. All right. Okay. The lovely wife just brought me my mail. All right. Hopefully. All right. Let's see here. Now, you'll see that we have a hash symbol in front here. That means this one's not going to execute. I'm just putting it in there. Last year, there was a period of time where I needed this. But just in case I ever need it again, ld_library _path equals $prefix / lib / GL4ES. Yeah, there was a problem where I think SDL was running very inefficiently and it was having slowdown issues running the emulator. So I had to temporarily use, I think, OpenGL as a bypass until the problem was fixed. But I just left this in here in case I ever need it again. Alias. Now what this is going to do is you can type then the command pkgup later on. And this will be a shortcut to do this. Package update, we did this before, and package upgrade, quote. And that's that. Okay, so now Control X to quit. Do you want to save modified buffer? Yes. File name to write to, the one we opened it as, so just hit enter. And that's that. Okay. Just save and exit. Okay, yeah. So that was step 3D. Now we're at step 3E. Now we're going to create another file. So nano space x.sh. .sh is a bash shell script. Okay. VNC server space minus localhost geometry. Oh, you know, there was one thing I should have done before I started. I should have looked to see what my screen resolution is. I'm assuming it's going to be the same screen resolution I had before with my previous tablet, so I'm going to put 1920 by 1200. I'm guessing it's going to be that. You'll see here, though, the text is amber colored. That means it might be different for you. Okay, xfce4-session. That actually runs our environment once we have the server open. Now, notice I'm not putting an ampersand after it. That means it's going to wait here. This shell script is going to wait until we're done with our X session. Then it's going to run the next command, which is to shut down our VNC server. So VNC server minus kill, and it's going to be :1. And that's all we have here. So again, Control X to quit and save. Okay. Yep, that was step 3F. Now 3G. We're going to use the chmod command to make the file executable. So it's going to be chmod or change mode. We're going to put +X, and then it's going to be that x.sh file we just created. Now we're going to create a symbolic link. ln space -s space the file we're pointing to, x.sh space, and then what the name of the link is going to be. It's just going to be X. That's it. All right. So we made a symbolic link of our own. Next, step 4, download and install IntiBasic. Enter these commands: package install git package install prut yes, package install wget and now git clone github.com/ now nanochess. That's Oscar Toledo Gutierrez's handle. Oops, 2 S's. And then IntiBasic. Now, he calls himself Nanochess. He's famous for having written the tiniest chess algorithm. He also is the author of IntiBasic. Okay, so now it says we have a folder called IntiBasic. Now, if you're new to Linux, be aware that capitalization matters here. Everything is case sensitive. So we're going to cd into this folder, change directory. Now we're going to run clang ++. We're going to install IntiBasic .cpp code.cpp, microcode.cpp, node.cpp, space minus O space. Now this is all one line. Notice how the two, what look to be two lines here, have no space between them. That, of course, is because it doesn't all fit on the width of the page here. Now we're going to call the binary target intibasic underscore termux. Now we do get one compiler warning. That's okay. One warning generated. We're not concerned about that. And we're back at our prompt. That means compilation was successful. No news is good news. Stop and enjoy the herbal tea along the way. All right. Now we're going to copy everything called intibasic underscore whatever, right? Star's a wild card. Dot, oops, sorry, looking at the wrong thing. Intibasic underscore star space tilde. Tilde means home, our home folder. So we copy these into the home folder. Next, we're going to cd back to the home folder. Now, we don't necessarily have to do this, but because these files are not executable, I'm going to take the execute permissions off of them. Underscore star. And the two files, it's the prologue and epilogue files that the compiler needs. There we go. Now, we're going to close termux. Okay. Step 5, all right. Open your device's web browser. Now again, right now I only have Google Chrome for my browser, so I'm just going to go on using that. Back to home, Chrome. Open up another page here, and it's going to be, all right. forums.atariage.com/topic/266459 minus birds minus nest. Okay. Now again, I do have an AtariAge account, but again, this is a new device. So it doesn't show me as being logged in. I'm going to go to the last page, so the double arrows here after next. I don't know if, I think I missed. Okay, there we go. All right, let's swipe all the way to the bottom and then work our way back up to make sure we get the newest version of ACC. Here it is, Advanced Console Component. Okay, so we're going to download this. Yes, download. And yes, we want to open that. It should just open in our, oh yeah, save file in our downloads folder. Open directory. Interesting. Let me just see here. Did that go into our, oh, here we are, download. There it is, okay. Now, okay, so Advanced Console Component, and then the latest date, 2022, December 17th. That's the latest one right now. And we're just going to leave that right there. Okay. Okay, so that was step 5. Next, we're at step 5A. We're going to download and install JZINTV/AS1600. Now, AS1600 is the assembler that's bundled with the emulator. So we have another website we're going to go to. And I'll type this in. This one's HTTP, no S. And it's spatula-city.org/IM1for U2C. Pretty easy to remember, right? /INTV. This is the official website for the emulator we're going to be using. Okay, so you'll see the illustration. I got an arrow here pointing to the illustration. We're going to scroll down a little bit. This is what we want right here. It's the one that has -source at the end of it because we're downloading the source code and we're going to, in fact, compile it from scratch in our environment. Okay, and let's just be sure that's, there it is, okay. Good. So next, okay, step 5AC, we're going to reopen Termux now. Okay, and it's got us in the downloads folder. That's not where I want to be. Okay. Probably because I tried to open that one ACC zip file earlier. All right. mkdir, that we're going to make a directory called ACC, and we'll make it all caps. Copy, that's CP, storage. Now remember, storage/downloads points to your internal storage's downloads folder. It's going to be advanced, and I'm going to press the tab key because that will pre-fill as much as it can, as you see here. Space, and then ACC/, that's the folder we just created. Now we're going to CD into that folder, ACC, and we're just going to unzip our, we'll just do A star, or we can just press the tab key. It doesn't matter either way. We just want to unzip this. Now you'll notice it unzipped everything into the current folder. That's the way this zip file is set up. All right, now we're going to CD back to our home directory. We're going to copy, once again, storage. Let's just do it this way. There we go. Storage/downloads/J and tab, that's, there we go. And then period. We want to copy it to here, our current folder, which is home. Now, when we unzip it from home, it's going to make a nice folder structure for us. Unzip, and I can just press tab, and here we go. Okay. Now we're going to do some more package installs this time. Xorg proto, and we need this for compilation of the next package. Yes, we want to install this. Then we want SDL2. And then GL4ES, which we may or may not need in the future. Good to have it now. Okay. Now we're going to change into that folder. Oh, and it's going to be /source. You'll see sources in there a couple times. Now, we're going to, oh yes. Now here's what we're doing here. These two copy commands, we're taking some of the ACC files from the this mod folder, and then it's going to be, I think there's, here we go, a couple files, and then we're going to copy them into here. This is going to overwrite without any prompt the existing files that are out there. Oops, I think it's IMASM. IMASM. There we go. Now, before we can try to install the emulator, we need to make a change to the makefile. Makefile dot termux_SDL2. Now, the reason for this, yeah, I do talk about this. Joe Biciak is a very, professional grade programmer, and he holds himself to a very high standard. And because of that, one of the things he put in the makefile is to disallow compilation with warnings. But we're going to get warnings because we made modifications to the code here. So it says control, now we're at step D1 here. Press control/. This is to go to a particular line. We want line 38, enter. Now, you'll see here it says warn += -w error. We're going to preface this line with a #. That is how we comment out lines in the makefile. And that's what we're going to save and close. So that's Control-X. Save modify buffer, yes. And if I only need to write, just press enter. It's just the same file as before. now we're ready to try compiling. So we're going to type make -f, and it's going to be that makefile dot termux _SDL2, and okay. Now this is going to be a while. It's going to be a few minutes. Hang in there.
Left 4, wrong part. Minutes till last.
I'm impressed. That was quick. All right, compilation successful. So now this means we can skip step 5F here because we did not get a segmentation fault message because, and it has to do with the fact we have enough RAM here. 6 gigabytes of RAM is good. All right. So now we're at step G here. So CD space ... that's to go back one. And then we're going to go into bin. We're going to copy AS1600 into our home folder. And same thing with the emulator, JZINTV, and CD back to the home folder. All right, step 6. That was the second gate, and we crossed it without a problem. Makes me happy. Okay. All right, package install Tiger VNC. Someone's calling. Oh, look. It's spam again. Okay. Now we're going to launch the X script. Okay. So the first time we run this, it's going to ask for a password. Doesn't matter. You can make it anything you want. 6 to 8 characters. Verify. Would you like to enter a view-only password? No. Okay, now we're going to get this warning here about this missing file here. It's only missing because it's the first time we've launched this. So, and you're going to start to see all these other warnings start plastering all over the screen. Ignore. Okay, so now Termux is still running. I went out to the home folder. And we want to open our VNC client. Now, where is it? No. No. Oh, boy. Okay, where's my VNC client? How do I get to it? Now, again, I'm used to being able to swipe up from the bottom of the screen. Again, this is not what I'm used to. Welcome to Daily Board. What is this? Oh, here we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, all my apps. All right, so the one, oh, here it is, VNC Viewer. This is what I want. Okay. Access your computers on the go. All right, whatever. Give me the spiel. I know how to use this. I've been using it before. Sure. Get started. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, that was step E. Step F here. Step 6F. You do not have to create an account. just hide the menu pane on the left and tap or click on the green plus icon down here in the corner to set up a new connection. Okay, for the address, it's going to be 127.0.0.1:5901. And then, let's see. We can call this anything we want. We're just going to call it Termux, I suppose. And create. Okay. A pane will appear on the right where you can change the connection settings. Yep, I suggest you change the picture quality to high unless you want the desktop to look like barf. I say that from experience. Picture quality, high. Desktop preview, I like it that way. Okay, tap under the green connect button at the bottom of the pane. Okay, here we go. Now, you'll get a warning about an unencrypted connection. Disable warn me every time. We don't care because it's the same device. It doesn't matter if it's encrypted or not. And okay. Okay, now that password we created earlier, doesn't matter. I just called it Intelab because okay, remember password, yes. And yep. Okay, continue. Okay, mouse gesture. Oh, wait, is this your first time? We'd like to show you some gestures that will help you take control. Skip it. Okay. All right, the thumbtack. Oh yeah, this thumbtack icon. We're gonna, yep, show in the toolbar. Yep, swipe down at the top of the screen. That's fine. We don't need that because, well, because we don't. Okay, here it is. Here's our desktop. Step 7. Welcome to your new desktop. Let's get acquainted with the terminal emulator and fetch some graphical packages now. Now, I'm pretty sure the S Pen does not work here. Let me just see. Oh, okay. Well, okay, it kind of does. It doesn't work on my phone. That's cool. But you know what? I have a mouse. Let's just see here. Okay, and the mouse seems to be working fine. It's funny because on my phone, the mouse is sometimes kind of jerky. But I'm going to switch to the mouse now. All right. So if you look all the way up here on the top left corner where it says Applications, here's our Start menu if you want to think of it that way. And we're going to click on the Applications button. In the drop-down menu, select Terminal Emulator at the top. Here it is right here. And right now it looks like this. Now, because I'm fussy, we're going to make some cosmetic changes to it. But also, you need it to be wider. You need to be twice as wide because when you're debugging code during while the emulator is running, it wants you to have at least 160 character terminal window width. So we're going to make that change here. So it says within the terminal window, select Edit and Preferences. Now again, if this text is kind of tiny here, bear in mind, I usually have it connected to my TV here. So everything's that much bigger. I know it doesn't really do much for portability, but usually I would have this, have my tablet like right in front of me, right up on the desk, and I can just kind of look at it real nice and close. But again, you can change this if you need things bigger. Let's see, where was it? Click on the Appearance tab. Look for Default Geometry. Here it is, down here. Okay, so we want to go 160 wide. Oops. There we go. And, okay. So yeah, we'll start with 35 rows, but I think, because I think we're at, 1920 by 1200 resolution, I think we want 45 rows. Change the font size to 14. Okay, what do we got in the way? Oh, here it is, up here. So right now it's on monospace regular size 12. We're going to crank that up to a size 14. Select. Close. And then, oh, and one more thing I wanted to do, because I'm me, I want translucency. Right here, background, transparent. That's 75% is good. Right there. I gotta have my translucency because reasons. All right, next we're going to, close the terminal window. So one way you can do is you can just type exit, and then we're going to reopen it again. Yeah. All right. That's beautiful. Yep. So we got 160 character width. We got 45 characters because I got, again, 1200 vertical resolution here. Okay, here we are. So step 7H. Within this terminal window, we're going to install more packages. We're going to install package install Genie. That's Geany. Again, if those of you who are familiar with Vim, go ahead with gvim. Vim-GTK. That's what it is in this environment. Oh, okay, it's done already. Package install netsurf. Light up mug. As you can see, my tea's getting cold. Calculator. MT Paint. Now, those of you who are familiar with the GIMP, have at it. But we'll just keep things relatively simple. MT Paint is a bit like MS Paint in Windows, but this one at least has some more features, such as you can have a PANG file with transparency, which I don't think MS Paint even lets you do that. Or if it does, I don't know how. Fey, F-E-H. This is a package that will show us images on the screen, like our overlays and our boxes. XPDF, that will be for PDF files of our Intellivision instruction manual scans. Yes. And Python-tk-enter. Now, what is this? Well, while we were installing the whole entire... Oh, did I... Must have preemptively pressed the Y button. Okay. No harm. Now, Python already got installed with our desktop as part of that whole big package earlier. Python is how I write my graphical applications, which you'll see at step 10. But this tk-enter component is what gives us graphical app capabilities within the Python programming language. Okay, now, step 7J, click on the Applications button again. You'll notice that our menu has grown a bit. We're going to select Web Browser right here. Now, it doesn't have a default, so we're going to select Other, and we're going to type it in, netsurf. And OK. And OK. So here's netsurf. Now we're just going to close it. This way, every time you hit Web Browser, it's just going to open netsurf. So we'll just X that out. Now, Genie is here in development. This is what we're going to use as our text editor for writing, for when you write your Inti Basic code. Unfortunately, again, I found this out 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. It was in November 2020. I tried to do a video just like this, and I got to where I was trying to install Emacs, only to find out, surprise! Emacs doesn't work in this environment anymore. I miss Emacs, but that's okay. All right, so now change the color scheme. We're going to go back out to home. Now everything's still running. I'm going to reopen my browser. And does Control T work? And yes, it does. Good. And we want HTTPS. So let's see. www.genie.org/download/themes. You know, they're listed alphabetically. Bespin, or whatever it is, happens to be my favorite one. Now, let's see here. I'm not using Microsoft Edge right now because I don't have it installed. So let's see. We're going to use... I don't know if the S Pen will work. I'll try that first before I get my dirty little fingers on the screen for the first time. Oh, good. That worked. S Pen worked. I know mouse doesn't work, at least in Edge. We want to download link. And the reason we had to do it this way is because if you simply tap on the download link, it'll open up the configuration file right within the web browser, and that's not what we want. We want to download it. Okay. Now we're going to go back into our VNC viewer right here. All right. Let's see. Okay. Step E, from the terminal window, enter the command. Now, it should be on our downloads folder. So storage/downloads/Bespin. Good. Oh, yes. So you see that it did. So yeah, Google Chrome did the same thing. It appended a .text extension. We're going to get rid of that. And the way we're going to do it, so it's ./user/share/genie/color schemes/ and then we're going to type it in bespin.conf. Because by typing in the file name at the end, it's going to simultaneously rename it, so it's going to strip that .text out of the file name. Okay. Now, in the Genie window, well, I guess I have to open Genie now, don't I? Applications, Development, Genie. All right, this is what Genie looks like right now. There we go. Select View and change color scheme. It's right here. The theme you downloaded should appear on the list beneath Default and Alternate. So yeah, we got Default, we got Alternate, and then here's the one I picked, Bespin. There we go. Not reopen all the same. Yes. From the menu bar, select Edit and Preferences. Click or tap on General. And uncheck the first box under the Startup group, Load Files from the Last Session. So we're going to uncheck that. And OK. All right. And we're not using Vim, so we're going to skip that. All right. So now we're on to step 8, additional actions. I'm going to close Genie now. Okay, trying man. To read a man page, you would type man followed by the software package. So it says here, try reading the man page for Faye. So we're going to type man Faye. And this is what it looks like. This is a man page. So it's telling you how you would execute the command Faye. And you'll press the space bar to read the next page of text. If you press the enter key, it'll go one line at a time. And press Q to get out. You can also try man if you want to read the man page about man itself. Display manual pages. That's what man stands for. Okay. Installing Inti-Color. Why not? Git clone. That's HT. GitHub.com. NanoChess again. slash int color. Okay, cd int color slash, oh, and it's capital int color. Enter, and we're going to compile this too. So this time it's just Clang without plus plus. Int color .c, and then the object file is going to be called int color underscore termux. Simple. Copy int color underscore termux to our home folder, tilde. And cd back to the home folder. Okay. Skip that part. Okay, now we're at step 9. Now here's where it's going to take a while, for you anyway. We're going to import your existing projects and create an archive. Well, I had the presence of mind to create a zip file with all my projects in it and copy it to this device ahead of time. Using the device's file exploit, my files. First, locate your project in a USB drive or cloud storage. I have it right in my downloads folder. You might have seen it earlier, projects.zip. We're going to create a subfolder called archive, either from your microSD root folder. Yes. Okay. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to press the home key here. I'm going to go back into my files. All right. So here it is down here, microSD card. And I'm going to make a folder. So again, this is all just like default stuff. Let me see. I think I oh, wait. Oh, it's all the way up. It's right there. And unfortunately, let's see, can I do it from here? No? All right. I need to create a folder, but the problem is the controls for my screen record right now are blocking the 3 dots to make a folder. Can I do it this way? All right, I have a solution. Let me use a keyboard. Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect. There we go. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah, any of us developers know that. Okay, so we're going to call it archive with a capital A. There we go. All right, and we're going to go into this new archive folder. Okay, next, we're going to create another subfolder called int basic. Oh dear, once again, I have to... There it is. Can I not create a... Oh, I can. It looks like it was grayed out. Again, with the screen capture controls kind of covering things up on me here. And we want to call that int with a lowercase I, basic. There we go. All right. And go into this folder, it says. Okay. Each of your projects is contained within its own folder. Copy all your project folders into this int basic folder. Later, we will put backups of all source and target files here. Okay. We will do that, but I'm going to kind of skip ahead here to step 9E. Return to VNC Viewer. Again, this is a little bit different because of the... I already created the zip file with the folder structure how I want it. All I have to do is I'm going to copy from storage / downloads / and it was projects.zip to here, 1 period. And now we're going to unzip that projects folder, and it should just Beautiful. Yes. I made a folder called projects. And right now you can just see, well, you can see at the very top line there's foobar, and then there's everything for Little Man Computer, LMC. All right. So next, so all I'm going to have to do is run backup when we get to step 10. But again, this isn't too important. I've basically done... Oh, wait. Okay, I'm looking ahead here. Make a directory. Okay, so we skip an FGHI. Return to your home folder. I'm already there, J. So now I'm at step 9K. Get your exec.bin, grom.bin, and ecs.bin files in your home folder. Now, where do I have those? Well, I had the presence of mind to bring over my entire Intellivision collection in one big happy zip file. So, yes, I know where it is. We're going to copy storage / download / Intellivision with a capital I .zip into storage / external -1. Yeah, just right there. It's 800 megabytes, by the way. That's just the zip file. Wait till we unpack it. Apple. Oh, there it goes.
Long part.
Just in time, as I ran out of apple and ran out of herbal tea. You know, I kind of realized along the way, this took longer than it took to compile J's and INTV. Oh yes, now, let me see here. Copy exec.bin to home. Oh no! What did I forget? Of all the things I tried to do to prepare ahead of time for this video, I forgot the exec.bin and grom.bin and ecs.bin files. I had them in a folder called care package, which I didn't bring with me. So, this might be it. Yeah. See, without that, I can only go so much farther before I'm going to have to split the recording in two here. Yep. Okay, fine. let's continue anyhow. Step 10, graphical launchers. Now, we can at least run the launchers. So once again, we're going to go back out to, now the reason we're not using that NetSurf browser is because it seg faults when you try to download anything. At least it did the last time I tried to use it. We're going to go to my website here. There we go. Midnight Blue International.com/PIDE. You know what? Let's just go to the actual homepage. I'll show you how to navigate to here. Okay, so here's what my website looks like. And down here where it says Other, we're going to tap Enter. And then we have it's right at the top here, Portable Intellivision Development Environment. Click on the Go button. And here's the actual page. So this takes you to pide.php. Here's the document which I'm reading through right now. Here's some screenshots. Work hard and play hard. End result. You can see my game X-Ray and Dilligas at the title screen with the two overlay images on the left. You can see the box image, and then I didn't at the time have a PDF of the instruction manual, which is why that doesn't show up here. Okay, so this is what we want right here. If we scroll down here, it says pidejl.zip. I'm going to, whoops, let me try that again. I should have used the mouse. Download. Okay, now we're going to get back into here. All right. And we're going to copy. It says now we're at step 10A, B. Copy storage /downloads /PIE zip to here. And we're going to unzip it from here because it's going to make a folder for us. Yep. Now we're going to chmod. We're adding executable permissions to all of the shell scripts right now. And then we're going to do the same for the Python scripts. Now we're going to make a couple of symbolic links like before. ln space -s space pidejl /play. Yep. Shell script, and we're going to just call it play. Then we're going to do the same thing for make. And there we go. And now, before we can go ahead and run it, we're going to open the file. So we're going to use Genie again. So I'll go back to my mouse. Provided it wants to cooperate with me. There you go. Development Genie. Now notice it kept the dimensions from before. We're going to open from home. We're going to go to the pidejl folder, and we want config.py. Oh, it's already highlighted. That's why. Open. Ah, that's tiny. Let's do something about that. Let's make the font bigger. Interface. Okay, 10-point font. Well, well, well. No wonder it's so small. That's a little better. You know what? Let's crank it up to 16 for now. Okay, that's more like it. Okay. I might change that later when I have this thing on my TV here. Okay. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay, so this has to change. So we're going to get rid of these slashes here. This is going to be... Actually, wait, no, it's going to be tilde slash. Tilde slash, tilde slash. slash. And we're going to do a search and replace here. Control H, I believe it is. We're going to replace, oops. Oh, that's right. Caps lock doesn't work here. We're going to replace all references to dead beef with external -1 because it works. Replace all in document. Oh yes, down there, that's right. The archive path. All right. Let's do a quick save here. Now that looks good as far as that's concerned. Change the path as appropriate. Okay, make sure the slashing end of the path strings there is. Okay. Cover the home folder. The path it will show remain empty string. Yes. Okay, so step C3 here. For the defaults of the graphical options, there are comments just above each line to guide you in case you make any changes. Okay. Yeah, like Windows. Okay, yeah, these things. I'm going to leave those alone. All right. So the graphical options. Yep. Okay, the global options are parameter. Yeah. So we'll leave these alone for now. Now it's time to modify the game list. Yeah. So this is where you're going to spend a lot of time. Because here's the entire game list right here. So I had created it so you've got a whole bunch of different groups. So right now the first group is everything, which you'll see. So you see like the first item, and it says here up here, if you at the top you read it, the first thing you have here is the name of the game, as it will appear in the list, and that's in quotes. After the comma, then we have the actual name of the ROM file. That's also in quotes, comma, 0 if it's an ECS game. Or it'll be 0 if it's not an ECS game, 1 if it is. After that, 0 if it's not an IntelliVoice game, 1 if it is. For example, here's Bomb Squad here. You see Bomb Squad has 1 for IntelliVoice. Next, we have, now most of the games are going to be 0. You're going to put a 2 here if it's a Tutor Vision game. For example, like Little Man Computer, which I wrote for Tutor Vision. And then finally, you're going to have, if there are any additional parameters to feed JZINTV for this game, which, so most of the time it'll just be an empty screen. It'll just have double quotes. But let me go down to, because I said, well, there's chess and there's Vectron. Oh, wait, no, here, the Jetsons Ways with Words. So take a look at this. So first of all, there's that 1 for ECS. Right here, I specified the name of the virtual ECS tape because it's going to have a file name of JWWW, Jetsons Ways with Words. I put that in there because the thing to know about the Jetsons Ways with Words is that it does support virtual Aquarius tapes through the ECS, and this emulator does support that. Now, Intellivision ECS tape files may or may not have a file name, which can be up to 4 characters. More than one ECS game does not supply a file name, so for ambiguity reasons, I provided one. So Jetsons Ways with Words is one example. Skipping down here, but I wanted to get down until we get to like Mr. Basic Meets Bits and Bytes. I didn't bother because if you save your basic programs, you're going to call it whatever you want because you're saving it from within the built-in basic interpreter for ECS. And like Mindstrike does not support tape at all. It says, oh, and Melody Blaster does support tape. And I put here MB only because, well, first of all, because it doesn't supply file name, but again, the only time Melody Blaster uses tape was it was designed to allow for a 12th song to be imported via tape, but Mattel never made any expansion tapes. But going down a little ways, we're going to get to, and the same, like Scooby-Doo's Maze Chase, also does not support tape. But here we go. So I wanted to go down to, so chess here, USCF, United States Chess Federation chess. You'll see here I added the parameter rate control equals 0. That makes it run, there's no speed throttling. It'll just run very, very fast. Because one thing I liked to do was have a 2 CPU match at level 6. And it would run for 31 hours and end in a stalemate. Let's see, Vectron. So yeah, the thing about Vectron is I provided my own keyboard hack file. So that you've got, and I talk about it here too a little bit later, where you just have like the letters across the bottom row of the keyboard because there's 7 of them, for your shooting direction. And you just have the left and right arrows for moving the energy block, I think up to toggle freestyle, and then you just have all the numbers across the top row because you can enter your number of players. Then I have minus and equals to have clear and enter, just because. Let's see, where are we? Oops. Oh, the game list, okay. Feature to categorize games in groups. So if we go down here, now you'll see we have this funny line right here. This ends one group and starts another. So like all the Activision games, Atari Soft, Coleco, the 2 Dextel games, all the iMagic games, the 2 Interface games, the INTV games, all the Mattel Electronics games, which I think are sub-categorized here. So all Mattel Electronics, then you have like all the light, like 1983 maybe? Oh. Anyway, the ECS games, here they are, the IntelliVoice games. Oh yeah, the licensed titles. Action Network, Arcade Network, Gaming Network, Learning Network, I think it was called. Space Network, Sports Network, Strategy Network. Whoops. Shouldn't this say Frogger? Looks like these are all the... Because we've got Qbert, Popeye, Star Wars, Super Cobra. Yeah, this should have said Frogger. I'll make that fix. Alright. Oh, Parker Brothers. Yeah, because we got past Mattel Electronics. Okay, Parker Brothers and then finally Sega. Alright, now notice I had to put a comma here. Because there can't just be... Anyway, because there's only one element in the list here. Anyway, so that's it for our game list right now. And again, you can add your own indie games or whatever you want. I do have my own config.py folder, which I'll be importing. Because again, I'm going to have to make a separate video because I have to go get my exec and grom files anyhow. Because I forgot those. But finally, we get down to here. So here are the names of all the groups. And then the default group is the number of the default group, which is 0, which is the first one. That's our all games. But then we get down to here, and this is going to be important for step 10b now. At the bottom of our config file, it says is the development related section. We're going to make a few changes here as well. Change the paths here if necessary. So, right now, as an example, I have foobar and X-ray and Dillagas, 2 of my projects. So, you'll see it says here, we're at the end here. Okay, number 1, the game title. So again, the title, it'll be compiled with, so foobar. Next is the subfolder within the project path. So yeah, so /projects/foobar is where, and how do we know that? Because here's our project path, projects. So /projects/foobar, here are all the files to open. So all the .base files, our basic files, and then any text files for note-taking. This is you'll see there's parentheses around it. It's a sublist. Now this, it says number 4 is a subfolder within the archive path. Again, remember the slash afterward. When you click the backup button for your project, it's going to back up to here, your whole project into there. This minus JLP, if your project uses JLP, which foobar does use JLP, X-ray and Diligas does not. Main.base is what I always compile from initially. And then finally, now this. Why do we have a 7th one? This is going to be what to name all the files. So foobar.bin, foobar.config. The overlay, well, not the overlay, that's, you'll make that separately, but all the other project files. So foobar.asm, which AS1600 will assemble, and so on and so forth. All of your debug files like the .sim, .smap, .list files will all be called foobar. So on and so forth. Same thing for X-ray and Diligas. So what I would do here, now let me demonstrate adding. So I want to put in here little man computer. So I'm going to put with empty parentheses and a comma. So here's going to be our first one. So the name of the project is going to be little man computer. And I have it in a subfolder called LMC. Again, don't forget that slash, that's important. Third one's going to be another list, so parentheses. I know it looks like a lisp at this point, doesn't it? It's going to be everything.base and everything.text. Oh, there it is. Okay. It was highlighted, so it was dark blue. I couldn't see it there. This is going to be, we're going to call it, yep, this is where it's going to get archived to, little man computer slash, oops, comma. Interesting. Okay. Little man computer does use JLP, so I'm going to put that in, minus JLP. Again, main.base is what I always start compiling from. That's not going to change. And then finally, everything's going to start with LMC, all the file names. So let's save all that. Yeah, when you're done, save and close. Okay, well, this is step D here from within step 10B. Save and close. Control Q to close. Oh yeah, one more thing. I created a zip file with all the screenshots for the commercial games if you care to download it. I'll worry about that later. Oh, unzip it directly into the folder you specified in the screenshot path. You know what? Let me do that right now, just to demonstrate. Okay. Screenshots.zip. Here it is. Right here. See it? Screenshots.zip. Okay. All right. Unzip it directly into the folder you specified in the screenshot path. Oh goodness, what is that? Well, let's see. Cat /config. All right, I'm gonna pipe it to more, so it'll only show us a screen at a time. Don't worry about what I'm doing right now. I just want to see without opening up Genie. Okay, screenshot path slash. Oh, okay. So that's where I have the rest of my Intellivision collection. Easy enough. So unzip. You know what? Okay, if it's just going there anyhow, I probably already have them. All right. So we're not going to worry about it. But I guess I'll copy it anyhow. I went to the trouble of downloading it, right? Okay, let's download it here. So now it's time to go over the bundled files in detail. Yep, keyboard hack file, this is great. Again, I'm not going to be able to play anything right now because Silly me, forgot my care package. Yeah, I'll let you read all this at your leisure. But yeah, here's an illustration here which shows you how I have the key bindings. Particularly, this is lifted right from my Little Man Computer instruction manual, like the first addendum. But this is, you'll see like the different colors to show you how everything's sort of like bound in a keyboard. And I did this in the worst case scenario because my oldest Android keyboard doesn't have an escape key, and it doesn't have function keys, and it has only one control key and one alt key. I'm surprised it even has two shift keys, you know. So that I bound them this way for this reason. Now 0 is what I normally use for breaking to the debugger. I had disabled that for when I demonstrated Little Man Computer back at a couple of expos I went to last year. Let's see here. But you'll see we have all the bindings for like all the keys and all the, 8 directions anyway, but so both controllers, everything's covered. The 3 unique action keys, it's all here. And where you see the yellow blocks, we have volume up, volume down, and then PQRS. P for pause, and then to the right of that, then, so it would be open square bracket, Q for quit, close square bracket is R for reset, and then finally backslash is S for screenshot. Down here is just an illustration for my old environment from before I had a desktop. That's what's just showing a foobar title screen here with the silver overlay image. All right, Appendix A. Future startup and shutdown steps. Yeah, we'd open Termux, type package up to see if there are any package updates. We've done that already. There's no need to do it again now. Type X to start the X server. Open your VNC Viewer app. Select Termux. Yeah, which you'll see it because we'll just pick it from the list because we already created this connection on a one-time basis. Then we just open the connection we already created. Wait until the red, white, and blue panes at the bottom and top of the screen disappear. Okay, shutting down. You know what? Let's shut down right now. So I'm going to close. Actually, you know what? No, wait. Let me do this. I want to demonstrate at least. If I can demonstrate play, even though I can't play right now. Okay, so here's what PIDEJL looks like. This is my play application. So here's like our whole list of... Yep. So you'll see it'll show you a nice, beautiful screenshot. Because I already have the screenshots in my Intellivision folder, which I carried over. You can change the display resolution if you need to, but I have it just set just perfectly for this display. You can say like if you want to extend the size of the border. Don't do full screen in this environment. I love to hear, because in Windows, full screen works fine. NTSC or PAL. Now, oh yeah, if I select, say, Bomb Squad right here, you'll see IntelliVoice gets checked by default. That's why we had that 1 there in the config file. Same thing with like B-17 Bomber. You'll see it's checked. But like if we go to, say, scroll over down to the World Series Major League Baseball, here they're both checked because that used both the IntelliVoice and the ECS. Do you want no sound, lower quality sound for better performance, or better quality sound if your device is fast enough, which it should be, based on what I told you at step 0 to check for. How much GRAM do you want? Again, only time you're going to change this is in the case of, say if you have a tutor vision game here. Custom palette, yeah, I have a custom palette which is bundled with PIDEJL so that light blue looks like light blue and not lavender, not thistle, and not hot pink, for goodness sakes. No, light blue. Same thing with brown. Everybody complains, why does it look like green? Because it does, that's why. So in this custom palette, brown looks like, brown, not olive green. So it's up to you if you want to have a custom palette or if you want to see what, passes as light blue and brown. Well, without it, up to you. But yeah, I'll click play, nothing will happen because I don't have my, could not read the exec image because I forgot to carry it over. You can click about if you want to see about. And then we're going to quit. Oh yeah, here are the different groups. So all games, or we can split them all up. Like just ECS games, for example. But that's that. Now I'm going to go over to the other one. So if you just type make, here's PIDEGS, which is what I use for my... So here's foobar and X-ray and Dilligas, which are already there. Oh yeah, I had a screenshot there, didn't I? And for Little Man Computer. And then we just created a Little Man Computer entry in the config. If I try to... So you can edit it, which will open Genie with all of our files. How cool is this? So, for example, let me open up main.base. Yeah, here's my Little Man Computer source code you're looking at right now. All the music files. See, like this. Yep. Now if I close this out, so that's what the edit button does. Make, let me just see here. This is how you will assemble it through IntiBasic. If successful, it will, first it'll compile through IntiBasic. If successful, then it assembles through AS1600, and if that's successful, it'll show you the config file. But let me see if backup works first. Nope. Okay, I have to already have the folder, so let me do that right now. Okay, so this is back at step 9. So we have our SD card archive IntiBasic. There it is. Create folder. Little Man Computer. Now let's just see if that was successful. Let me try again to back up Little Man Computer source files. Oh, wait. /storage /external-1. It's not the root folder. Okay. Remember we replaced all those references to what I call dead beef? Anyway. Just to keep current with the latest documentation, I'm going to do that. I'm going to quit here for a sec. Oh yeah, about also. Let me just quit for a sec. Okay, DF. There it is. Okay, 9C33. Oh, good grief. I'm not going to remember that. So we're going to make... Now, I'm backtracking all the way to step 2. Okay. All the way down. Okay, at the bottom of step 2, step 2L. We're going to do a... -s /storage / and it's in my case 9C33 dash, and don't forget the capitals. What does that say? 6H, is that BD? Hold on, I gotta get a closer look here. Nope, they're both B's. And then we're just gonna call it SD card. Okay, now let me reopen Genie real quick. And there should be a way to open recent files. Oh yeah, all of my Little Man Computer. Okay, well, okay, so our config fell off the recent tree. Okay. Config. Oh, yeah. PyCache. Python does that. That's okay. Okay, so where we have here... What's going on? Where's my... There we go. Okay, so let's make these changes. So where I have tilde / storage / external we're going to replace that with just SD card. Simple. In selection. Or no, in document. That changed all of them. Now, slash archive. Yes, that's what I want. That's what I want. Right there. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm going to save this. I'm going to leave it open just in case. Now let me run, okay, so make command again. Little man computer. I attempt to backup. There. It just says on the, if you look at the terminal window, it just says backed up source files for little man computer. And let's verify. Look at that. Okay, in the little man computer we have, there it is, all my source files, and it's got the date and time. Okay, it's looking good. Ah, boy. All right. Where am I here? Okay. Anyway, let's spend a little bit more time with this here. Now, can we... There we go. Come on, mouse. There we go. Let's try running make. Compilation successful, assembly successful. Good. I see there's slash Intellivision, not a directory, because I didn't make one yet. Let's do that. Yes. So here we are in the root folder of the SD card. And once again, I have to creatively do this with use of them. There it is. Because I can't get to that with my mouse or S Pen. Intellivision. And you would better know how to spell Intellivision. Okay. So let's go and compile it once more. Compilation was successful, as you can see, because we saw green. Come on, mouse. Hey, mouse. Thanks. Okay, mouse is act up. You know what? I'm going to switch my keyboard's touchpad. There we go. All right. Make. Green, green, we're good. Yep, this time I didn't get that error message. So now, so within our Intellivision folder, there it is, our .bin and .config files. Anyway, that's all right. All right. So as you can see, PIDE-GS works just fine. I'm sorry I can't demonstrate the emulator actually running at the moment, but I'll just show you. We do have this play command. So you would actually run your project. So what do we have finally? Okay, future, yeah. All right, so now that's everything for the time being. I'm gonna demonstrate shutting everything down here. And then the rest of it, you see Appendix B is just musings, and we have a glossary and acknowledgments. So we're at the end here. So we'll just stop with Appendix A. I'm going to type exit to close this. Oops. I can close that with Control. All right. Let me go back here. Applications. Now, so to stop your session, you're going to go all the way to the bottom, log out. I suggest unchecking this, and we're going to hit log out. And then we're going to get this message: the connection closed unexpectedly. Now, the reason being, again, we set up the X script to automatically shut down the X server as soon as you log out. So we're out of there. Let's see. Now, how do I get back to... Oh, yes. We already have Termux open, so I can do it this way. Termux. And here it is. Now, I think at one point I did add to my X script to clear the screen so you don't see all these silly warnings. But anyway, you just type exit and we're done. We're out. Everything's shut down and you're back to your home screen here. Occasionally you'll do Probably check for updates to F-Droid itself or Termux. Obviously, that's not necessary today. So that's that. All right. So I might come back later, and once I have my care package here ready to go. But that's all I wanted to show you today. So thank you very much for joining me. I'll probably see you later. I shut this down. And let me shut this down. There we go. All right. Bye for now. All right. Welcome back. Anyway, thank you for your patience. Let's see. Take 3 now, because this time I'm going to remember to actually screen record what I'm doing. All right. So now there we go. All right. Oops. All right. So I've got to use. All right. So now, as it turns out, I made a few changes here already, so we're not wasting time trying to debug anything. What I want to demonstrate, but yeah, I made sure everything was working first. We're going to copy over from storage and its downloads. Now I have it in all caps, exec.bin. We're going to copy to single period as current folder / and it's going to be all lowercase. Because remember, in Linux, file names are case sensitive. So we have to get rid of the capitals, make it all lowercase. And it's going to go right here in the home folder. We're going to do the same thing with grom. And same thing with ECS. And now I have my my tutor vision executive ROM is called WB for World Book. Oh yeah, here I don't have to rename it. That's how I want it called. So it's going to go to the current folder, and then the grom, I have it called grom.intv.bin, and there we go. So now let's finish up with make. So here's what we get. Now I'm going to try running Little Man Computer. There's our screenshot. Now we'll hit play, and what happens? Well, first of all, this is what I have for an overlay, is what you saw before with this. That's how I had it for my presentations when I went to those expos last year. Now I'll start. Now you'll get this. What happened? What did I do wrong? Well, it's running it as an Intellivision, not as a tutor vision. So I'm going to close this out real quick. Get back to the menu. So Little Man Computer. Now down here, PIDE-GS has this. There's this little checkbox that says tutor vision mode. That changes us to quadruple GRAM and also disables ECS because tutor vision was incompatible with the ECS. Now we hit play. Here we go. You'll notice the font is different. This is the tutor vision graphics ROM. And here's where I have my various... what do I have for... There it is, all my save files. I brought those over with my care package. Very nice. Fibonacci. Wow, square roots. Impressive. Let me open that one real quick. Now I'm curious. Let's see. I think I want to... Oh, okay. This is a code editor. This isn't what I want. Oh, it's reassembling. This is where I want to be. Okay. There it is. All right. So I have already in the input tape the value 22. Oh, and there it is above the word in. I didn't notice that. Okay, let's execute this. Okay, it auto-paused because I have it in step-through mode. I'm going to change that, and then we're also going to speed it up here. Okay, there it is. Okay, so square root of 22 gives us 4 with a remainder of 6. Alright, so we got the desired output. That's Little Man Computer, just a quick demonstration. Okay, but now I want to go back to PIDE-JL and try playing a game. Alright, so let's try, first we'll try Cloudy Mountain. Good, good, there we, okay. The instruction manual went behind the box. That shouldn't have happened, but okay. I'll worry about tweaking that later. But as you can see, here's everything. We have the box image in the background. We have the instruction manual. We have the overlay image. And of course, we have the game window. And best of all, we can play. Ooh, okay, that was a little louder than I wanted it to be. Anyway, I won't play too long. I just want to demonstrate. Okay, so we got a demon somewhere. Because bones. Okay, so we've deduced that it's over here. Okay, anyway, so it's working. And let's give World Series Major League Baseball a try before we go here. Yep, you see it checked, well, I showed you this before, IntelliVoice and ECS files.
Mattel Electronics presents...
Turn that volume down a bit. Once again, let's bring back that manual to the foreground here. Now, the other control is I have, in my keyboard hack file, the back quote key, just right under escape, is what I use for switching over to ECS keyboard. Now I'm going to press C for computer demo, enter, and space. And here we go. Now let's see.
It's a hard line drive.
Oh, he's out.
He makes the catch.
Alright, so anyway, one play is good. You see everything's working beautifully here. Alright, so that's all I wanted to demonstrate here. Once again, I'll demonstrate closing out this environment. So we're going to quit here. We're going to type exit at the terminal window. We're going to go back to Applications, log out. Okay, so this is already unchecked from before. Log out button again. That automatically closes our X server. And we're going to go back here to Termux. And we're just going to type exit. And that's it. We're done. All right. So, there it is. Here is my portable Intellivision development environment running on a brand new, well, new to me, tablet. Thank you and good night.